Yo, what's up? It's Jason. I'm back with another video, and this is a thread response over to Rob Walker at Let the Music Play. I just saw Brian Embryonic Robots answer to this one, response to this thread, so I thought I would jump on as well. This is a top 10 album illustrations in my collection. Well, 10 favorite anyway, album cover illustrations. I tend to like a less illustrative style actually in artwork. Usually I go for I really like collage, or just like really strong graphic design or photography sometimes. But that being said, I do have some favorites in the illustration kind of realm. And I had a lot actually to pick from, especially in the genre of heavy metal, as you can imagine. So yeah, there will be some metal records in this list. Looking at my list here, about a majority of them are metal related. A lot of skulls and skeletons. So do get ready for that. Um, so without further ado, let's jump into it. Now, the first couple right away sets the tone for what I really like in terms of illustrative style or album cover artwork for metal, especially, and punk, which is black and white. Black and white and a lot of detail here and a lot of skulls. I'm going to go start off with a classic here, Bolt Thrower. Um, in Battle There Is No Law, their debut album, still the only Bolt Thrower album I have and that I actually listen to. I really love the earliest stuff. It's more crusty, but their other stuff is really heavy too. From what I gather, I haven't really listened to their other stuff. This is the only one I've got from Bolt Thrower. I was late to the game. Um, Artist is Paul McHale, and he did some other Bolt Thrower album covers after this. He also did Cerebral Fix, UK crossover thrash band. Did some artwork for them too. So artwork kind of carries over to the back. This is a reissue on Back on Black, and it works for me. Number two, these aren't in any order, by the way. I'm just counting them down for some strange reason. Second one I'm going to show is a grindcore band from Canada, out in BC, I think Victoria, Six Brew Bantha. I've seen them perform actually. They're a duo. Pretty sure it was a duo. Absolutely sick performance, insane drumming, and yeah, just overall insane performance from what I recall. Six Brew Bantha. This is one of the records that I have by them. And the artwork continues on the back as well. Just look it up here. The artwork is by Brendan Scheiman. Oh, that's the back cover too. So pretty gnarly stuff. Very end of the world artwork. This album's from 2012. I think it's just self-titled actually. This one. Yeah, Six Brew Bantha. So again, that kind of black and white style of artwork. Also, it looks like I got a poster of it. No, that's just kind of like a lyric sheet to go in there. Love their logo too, by the way. It's pretty sick. Very crusty looking. Crust punk style. Now, my third one I'm going to show is an absolute classic from way back in the day. This one almost falls into the category of bad but good art. It's almost folkish, I guess you could say, or outsider art. I think it pretty much qualifies as outsider art because of the artists who did it. I'm talking about Slayer's debut album, Show No Mercy. An iconic album cover, if ever there was one. One that I have personally used in some flyers myself and altered the wording inside. But yeah, super cool. And this was done, believe it or not, by the dad of one of their roadies back in the day. Apparently based partially on a photo of Tom Araya as Satan here. Tom Araya, the vocalist, basically based on his stance at a live show, the artist drew that Baphomet character right there. It's pretty campy. It's a little bit comedy as well, with the people who point out the hairy legs and the tight shorts, and but then this logo super iconic as well. Definitely draws you in. as it did when I was a kid. So yeah, show number. I think this came out in '85, 83 actually. Metal Blade. I think it's a bonsai version. Going with another metal album cover art here, and this one done by a band member. Got a few records in here done by band members. Legendary band member, legendary for his artwork as well as his drumming. Away by from Voivod. This is Voivod's Roar album. Not necessarily my favorite Voivod album, but probably like the last Voivod album that I really dig before they got really into their kind of more trippy, progressive sound, out there sound, which a lot of people really dig. The more recent Voivod sound. I really like the early punkish raw sound of, say, the debut, which is also the same artwork, same artist, Away. This is a reissue, so the album cover artwork looks a little bit blurry. I thought a little bit fuzzy compared to what I recall on cassette, but that's the War and Pain album, and the Roar album, also reissue. Some pretty cool detail in there. I think he also designed the logo, pretty sure. Another metal one, more back into the black and white style of drawing that I really like on these album covers. I got Pretty Little Flowers here, PLF. This is a straight up grindcore band from Houston, Texas, I think. Grindcore, Texas. Yeah. Couple of records I've got by these guys. I've also got a cool 7-inch by Hirax that is the same artist. Artist Daniel Shaw, who is also, I think, the vocalist of the band, too. So, vocal duties and artwork duties here, and carries over a little bit in the back here as well. So, just hardcore in your face. Pretty brutal. Lots of skull action going on there, too. Kind of fantasy style. Here's one that's kind of a painting style versus those drawings. Newer band too, Altars. This record I just recently got. This is a 2023 release, although I think the CD came out in 2022. But they're from Australia, and I recently saw them live when I was in Berlin, so that was pretty cool. Death metal band. Some progressive elements in the music. But look at that album cover, is pretty cool. I really like that. Actually opens up completely as well. So get the full picture there. Aesthetic Reflection is the name of the album. Inside they kind of went more with the photography thing here going on. It does feel a little space age, or just, other planetary a little bit. What's going on with those folks? Artist is Adam Burke, U.S. illustrator from Portland, who also did Creeping Death album cover and a bunch of other stuff too. I think he did a Coffin Mulch album cover as well that I really like. That's kind of oil painting style. So there's that. They kept the artwork going on the inner labels too. Just like that. And like that. Altars. Cool band. Glad I got to see them. That was pretty random seeing them in Berlin on my recent trip. Speaking of Europe, over there in Italy, got a hardcore punk band. It's kind of a horrorcore band, I guess you'd call them. Tuono, which stands for thunder, I think, in Italian, if Google is right for me. So Tuono, I'm not going to be able to pronounce the Italian album title, but it basically stands for I Chose Death. The artist is Carlos Cossetti from Brazil, and the front cover is really cool. It's got kind of a bit of a primitive kind of look or edge to it. Pretty cool lines, and the back is also pretty cool as well. So I dig that art. That's definitely, it's a record that maybe I might not have kept in my collection. It does sound really good too, but the artwork I think is very strong on that one. If it wasn't for the artwork, I might not have kept it. I don't know, this long. Next up, a classic from the 80s. I'm going to go with the Bee Surfers. Butthole Surfers, Locust Abortion Technician, probably my favorite album overall by them, the most consistent album, but I do like their other earlier stuff than this. This came out in 87, and kind of the last Butthole Surfers album that I bought, although Hairway to Steven is also good too. I don't currently own that one. The artist for this is Arthur Cernoff, famous American painter, born in Brooklyn, New York, died in 2000. Known for his whimsical and engaging Americana art. He did a lot of like ads and stuff and magazine art, but he was also commissioned for this album cover too, and which is called Fido and the Clowns. Pretty trippy album cover, kind of weird, basically. Perfectly matches the music for Butthole Surfers, and I love the back cover too, which is kind of tripped out, creepy baby. This is the original copy on Touch and Go Records. They reissued all their stuff on their own label as well. Some Butthole Surfers. Next up, gotta go with the legends from Canada as well. From Vancouver, Skinny Puppy. They got a lot of really great artwork, for sure. Super like horror style. This one is for the single, Dig It. Their singles are starting to go for higher prices nowadays too, if you get the OG copies, which I did in this case. The artwork is also good on the back, and it's a pretty legendary artist in this case, Gustave Doré, French painter, well, a more print artist, doing woodcuts and engravings. I think this is a woodcut originally. You can see kind of the lines in there, and very famous, known for making 10,000 illustrations in his lifetime. And this particular illustration is from a book or something on Dante's Inferno, and influenced by that. The back is a biblical image, I think. The B side, of course, is called The Choke. So yeah, Skinny Puppy, one of my favorite bands of all time. Finally got to see them, as I mentioned in my other video for my current contest on concerts. Check that out. Next up, last but not least, and I got two honorable mentions to show too. Last one I'm going to show is an experimental artist. I was playing a little bit in the background earlier, Fizz, F-I-S. And this is another one where he did the art himself. So art done by the musician, artist. Fizz is aka Oliver Perryman from New Zealand. Got a couple releases by him. This is one of my favorite ones. This came out on Triangle 21 label. And yeah, not much on the back, but pretty cool art, kind of trippy, a bit primitive as well. Yeah, I like that one. So, two honorable mentions I got to mention that are both on cassette and both metal related, death metal. In fact, I just got this one recently in a contest winning from Johnny Mac. Big thanks to him. Coffin Mulch's latest album, which I have not fully rocked yet. I've kind of been saving it up, but look at how this artwork just continues on, inside and out, loaded with color, psychedelia, and just oozing with nastiness. Look at this, and it's also on the tape as well. So definitely worth a shout out, I think. The artist's name is Brendan something. Oh, sorry, Brad Moore. And yeah, Cassette Shell art is different artist actually by Wes Brown. Man, and they got their websites in there too to look it up. But yeah, that's some pretty sick ass art. Same thing with this one here too. This is a split actually. I thought this was grindcore, but I guess it's some death metal, maybe leaning into grind. Sewer Fiend and Plague Patrol. This one's on the Dry Cough label, I think, too. It's on Dry Cough. Or no, it's on Head Split. Sorry, the other one's on Dry Cough. But yeah, Sewer Fiend and Plague Patrol. Just check out some of the detail in that. It's actually a face up here, ghoulish as it is. Got a red version in the inside, and a little bit of art on the tape shell as well, carrying it over. So yeah, Rob, those are my 10 plus picks for sick ass art in my record collection. Illustrative art, that is, on album covers. There it is. I'll see you guys in the next one.